we are going to cut loose. I don't care how far we're coming from. I don't care if we have been friends since the home days, since we are in elementary. I don't care, because loose and just cut and let go everybody. Because talking about the bitter, jealous people, and we just literally don't want to support you and are encourage you in anything that you're doing. Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and check out my previous videos so you can catch up on the level that we're at. So in today's video, I'm basically going to be doing, I want this video to be short, where I'm going to basically recap my 2023, because 2023 was a year. Let's put that out there. So please continue watching this video and I'll see you into the rest. 2023 was a handful, like a super duper handful. This, I was doing that, I was doing this, I was doing that, you know, I was doing so many things at once. And I feel like 2023 also taught me value and faith, which those two words are like basically my two key words for 2023, because I've learned to value a lot of things in my life, things that I didn't really, or things that I wasn't really taking into consideration, things that I wasn't really looking at that were like that valuable. And also for faith, my faith was tested a lot this year. I'm not talking about one little baby testing. I'm talking about big testing, where things were tested, things were thrown at me to see if I can, you know, pull this off, pull that off, and a lot. Because, and I'm not talking about small testing, I'm talking about some huge testing where I was even wondering myself if I can do this, if I can pull this off. Because one thing about me is that I'm a very godly person. I highly believe in God a lot, so I have a lot of faith. And so if I tell God that, listen, I believe that you can get me through this, I believe that you can do this for me, He's going to test me to see if I really believe that, you know, to see if I really believe that He can really do that for me. So a lot of that played out in this year for me, in which I'm really happy that God has gave me the grace and mercy to go through all the tests that He has thrown at me. Like, I have so many testimony, guys, so many testimonies. Ones, some that I won't disclose, but I will rephrase them. There's one where I was praying about something, brought it to God several times, prayed about it every day, you know, and I actually didn't get that. I asked Him to grant me, and I didn't get it. But guess what? I didn't stop praying, and I didn't let go of faith, and I didn't lose my strength. I kept praying, you know. And a couple weeks, I think it was a week after that, or a couple days after that, a bigger door and a greater door opened for me. So sometimes you're going to want things, sometimes you're going to pray for things, sometimes you're going to bring things to God, but sometimes He won't grant it to you. Sometimes He will grant something different and something bigger for you, or sometimes it's just not the right time for you to like get that. But with me, I was granted the same thing, but I was granted something bigger and better than what I had asked Him for. So that's basically 2023 has taught me that, listen, sometimes when you pray, you won't get it exactly. Sometimes you ask God for this, and He sees that you should get this. So you not getting that, you will probably think, oh, what else is in store? What else am I going to do? God has bigger and better plans, something bigger, something greater, something more valuable than what you had asked Him for. And if God sees that you should get this instead of this, He's going to give you that, because God can see through us. He can see what we deserve, and He can see what we really should get, you know. So as I said, I've got a lot of testimony. That's one, but I won't share all of them. But guys, that has taught me, don't ever feel like if you don't get this, it's not going to work. Sometimes He has a bigger preparation for you. And with me going through so many testimonies and tests this year, there are things that I can implement into 2024. So if certain things are thrown at me in 2024, I know that, listen, God has done this for me previously. God has done this for me last year. So He can do this for me again, and He can do even greater and better for me, because I've went through this already, you know. So yeah, So just to put this out there for anyone that might feel like, oh, I'm always praying and not getting. Sometimes God is working on something bigger for you. Something is that is in store. You might feel like you should get this, and God is working on this for you, you know. But so we can't give up. We have to keep praying. We have to keep our strength and just keep our faith and keep believing in God. I have to give God thanks for that, because I literally feel the positive. I can feel the strength that I have with God, because there are times when probably I'll feel like who is going to do this for me, you know. There are probably times when I feel like, okay, so my biggest support system, which is my mom, that has always been there for me, everything that I'm doing and everything that I've done. Sometimes, what if she can't do it? I can literally feel the bucket behind me. So if I can't turn to her, I can get it from him, which is God, you know. So if I should ever fall, which I will never fall, because God again, I can feel that God is behind me. He's holding me up. He's going to catch me. God is behind me. So listen, I never feel so lonely and feel like, oh, I don't have anybody else. I don't have no one else. I always have God, you know. And when my mom can't do it, when she can't make it for me, she can't make the bread out of the stone for me, God always provides a way, you know. So I've never felt like I don't have that bucketive, that strength. I've never felt like that. But if there's anybody out there who feels like that, remember that there is a God. All you need to do is pray, talk to him, communicate with him, just like how you communicate with your friends, with your family members, with anybody, and have faith in him, because faith is what really works. Faith is what really brings us through. Faith is where things are accomplished and where things happen. So if there is no faith, there is no nothing. So you have to build that, trust him, and continue to do what you do, and he will continue to do what he do for you. My biggest accomplishment for 2023 was I have so many accomplishments this year, but my biggest accomplishment that I stood out for me was me being awarded. If you guys haven't seen that video, please go and watch that video. I'll leave the link in the description, so you can just click there in the description of this video, so you can just click there and go and watch it. So my biggest accomplishment was me being awarded, because I'm an individual where anything that I'm doing, whatever I'm doing, I always do it to the fullest, and I always put both foot in, and I always put the work in, right? So I know that there's somewhere down the line something like that would have happened, but I just wasn't expecting it now, you know. But then again, God said, listen, it's your time, and it's no time for you to reap your blessings, and he did that for me. And so I wasn't expecting that at all. But why it's one of the biggest accomplishment that stood out for me, because listen, this is when you realize that getting an award doesn't mean that, okay, you're being awarded because you did good. Getting an award is basically where your work is being compared and considered. You're basically making the round table talk. People are comparing, because listen, anybody can get, even when you're watching an award show, right? Anybody can get nominated, but work has spoke volume, right? And it has been compared. But granting the award, being granted the award, that is when you know that, okay, your work is more outstanding than the others. So it was a great accomplishment, you know. It's a big ass college, and the classes are very huge. So for me to come up, that's a very good one, you know, because you know, your girl always at home. I'm saying, when you realize that people, your work is your hard work that you're putting in is like literally being highlighted, it's being recognized, it's being seen, and it is outstanding, you know, that it motivates you to keep working hard. It motivates you to keep pushing, keep praying, and keep believing, and keep having faith, you know. So that is my biggest accomplishment that has stood out for me for 2023. And what I love about it is that it came as a close off for the year, because the year is basically closing off now, and it just came right in time. Just a beautiful way to end the new year's, to end to end 2023. So beautiful to end 2023. So I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful, and I'm really thankful for God, because there are so many things that he has done for me this year, but that was magnificent for me. And so that's why it's my greatest accomplishment for this year. No, we're also, I've met some wonderful people this year, great people. People who care for me, people who support me, people who encourage me, people who motivate me. I've met a ton of them, and I have to give God thanks for that, because when you're getting the right people who are going on the right path as you, that are making the right moves as you, it is enchanting, because we don't want to be in a circle with a bunch of people who are not going anywhere. They're not saying anything that you're saying, and they're encouraging you to do wrong, right? Because one thing with me, I don't have a problem socializing with anyone, but if the circle is not right, if the energy is not right, if the vibe is not right, if what you're talking is not right, then we are going to cut loose. I don't care how far we're coming from. I don't care if we have been friends since the home days, since we are in elementary. I don't care, because once it's not impacting me in a positive way, nor in a positive light, it cannot benefit me, you know. And so there's somewhere down in life where you have to learn to cut loose and just cut and let go everybody, because you have to let people go and find their right circle, their right crowd, and you as well have to go and let people find their right circle and their right crowd. One thing you cannot do is force people to do something that they don't want to do. Not everyone is built like you, and that's what a lot of people need to accept. Not everyone will want something out of life like you. Not everyone is seeing life on a brighter way. You know, some people just want to stay how they were born. Some people just want to do their own thing, and that's okay, because not everyone is like you. Like what I'm saying, not everyone will be thinking like you. Not everyone wants what you want. So when you recognize that, when you discover that, all you need to do is cut loose and break off. Simple. Because you want people around you who are going to impact you, people who are going to support you, people who are going to encourage you, people who are going to motivate you, and people who are there for you 100, right? Also, there are people who want to support you in life and they don't know how to. We need to also pray for those people, because there are people out there who don't know how to support, you know. There are people out there who don't know how to encourage people. They don't know how to motivate people, but they would love to do it, because these people, they weren't taught like that. They weren't taught how to do that. It wasn't bring to them. Nobody never encouraged them yet. Nobody never support them yet. So they don't know how to do that for someone else. And I'm not talking about the bitter, jealous people who just literally don't want to support you or encourage you in anything that you're doing. I'm talking about legit people who are out there who would love to be there for you and encourage you in what you're doing, but they don't know how to do that, because it's just like telling a child to say their ABC, and the child cannot say his ABC because he wasn't taught the letters of the alphabet, so he doesn't know how to bring that to you. He doesn't know how to what's the first thing to say. You understand? So you have to pray for people out there who are going through that path in your life where they can't, where they would like to be there, would love to be there for someone, but they can't because they don't know how to. So that's basically it. So said earlier, guys, I've went through a lot of testimony and a lot of testings this year, and I feel like it was worth it, because I'm now able to implement a lot of things in this year that I've learned from all of them into next year. So if I task, right, and I don't know, or I'm worrying on how I'm going to maneuver the task, how I'm going to go around and get out and get about this, but God has done this for me, you know. He has done this, he has taken this, so why can he not do this for me? Because listen, once you tell a man say you believe them can bring you through the waters, make you jump over the cloud, make you walk on the moon, make you touch the sun. Once you tell the man that, so you believe them can do that for you, he is going to test you, sweetheart. Because if you ever say that to him, that means say, yeah man, your faith up on things that so now he's going to bring the whole test into you and see if you really believe that him can make it do all of that, walk on the water top, touch the moon, walk on the sun. He's going to do it. It's just like in school when you're getting tests. You get tests to know what you can do and what you're learning, right? So we get tested, we get testimony every day in life. We just have to know how to use those testimonies wisely, So because testimonies can be a way of helping us to go further, it can be a way mover, it can be a tool that you can use, because testimonies they don't just occur in your life for testing, they occur to teach you lessons as well, because I've learned a lot from all of these testimonies. So you have to know when you're being tested, you have to know how to go by use your testimonies, you have to know how to relate and retaliate to your test, because a lot of people cannot handle being tested. A lot of people give up because them say this is too much, me can't do this, me ask God for this and me do this. A lot of people cannot do that, and we also have to pray for those people as well that are weak in faith and lacking strength. We have to pray for them, we have to keep them in our prayers, because listen, like faith, as the faith is where everything comes from, faith is where everything works through, right? So I'm basically going to end this vlog off right here, because as I said, I wanted the video to be short, because this is just a 2023 summary and recap of everything and how 2023 went for me. So I'm not sure if you guys are going to see, I know this video after Christmas, but I'm not sure if it's going to be after or before New Year. But I just want to wish all of my subscribers Merry Christmas, and I also want to say I hope you guys are having a wonderful and magnificent New Year 2024. Remember that what you didn't get this year or what you didn't get last year, you can always get it this year, as long as you put your mind to it, as long as you pray about it, as long as you believe and keep your faith and hold on to your strength. You can accomplish it, you can gain it, and you can attain it. So walk with God all the time, think to God, build a relationship with God, And so I'll definitely everyone that has been supporting the channel from day one, that has always been supporting the channel. Shout out to the viewers, the commenters, the likers, the sharers, the subscribers, everybody. I hope you guys are having a magnificent New Year's, and I'll see you guys. Watch my previous video, please go and do so, and I'll definitely see you guys into the new year and into the next vlog. Bye.